What's going on, apes? My name is Tyler and welcome back to the channel. We have a very important AMC video to get into, and we're going to be talking about two very important things. One of those is the double-edged sword effect, which I think will personally cause the AMC short squeeze. I think this is one thing that will 100% cause this. There's not too much you can say with a definitive, but I do think this will have a huge role in the short squeeze nevertheless. And we have to talk about something that all apes need to stop doing immediately. They are hurting the short squeeze by doing this. We're going to give you guys the evidence and give you guys some other ways you can potentially play AMC without doing this. So let's get into the video. Hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel. Now, first things first, I do want to point out, if you are subscribed to this channel and you watch all of these videos, then you know exactly what I am talking about. It has been a while since I have talked about the whole options chain and buying far out the money contracts, essentially giving Citadel free money to stay in their short positions for a longer period of time. You guys already know about this if you watch these videos, like I said, and the double-edged sword effect, but I think all apes do need to know this information, so I have to cover these two things in this video. So first things first, when it does come down to the double-edged sword effect, that is, like I said, where the stock market is going down, the hedge funds, institutions that have short positions in AMC are losing on their collateral. Think about it like your own margin account. If you have a bunch of stocks and you're losing on them, you have to put up more money or just sell out of those positions. But if you're a short seller in AMC, you make money when the stock goes down. But when you have a stock that inverts the market like AMC does, and AMC goes up as the stock market goes down, that is a double-edged sword effect, and I think that is what is going to cause the AMC mother of all short squeezes, among other factors, of course, but that is going to play a huge and I think the most important role in doing this. And we did see this reflected today. Obviously, there was a lot of reasons why we went up. We have Wes Christian, which is now starting to investigate the fraud and manipulation that's behind the scenes with AMC stock. That was an overall huge help to the morale boost and actually incentivizing people to continuously buy into the stock and hold on to their positions, as well as I do think a lot of this price action we have seen over the past 4 trading days or so, where we dropped about 40% in value. I think it really comes down to naked short sellers that are just doing these naked short positions within the span of 1 to 2 days, getting in, getting out, flooding the market with supply and driving the share price down. And I think that is winding down to an end, so they don't go on the threshold securities list. But when it does come down to the double-edged sword effect, there's a couple things you guys do need to know, but then I really want to hone in on what you guys need to stop doing immediately if you want to actually help the AMC short squeeze. But when it does come down to this double-edged sword effect, like I said, stock market going down, AMC going up. That is the double-edged sword effect in an essence. But I do want to point out the overnight reverse repurchase agreements. These are where, or this is where I should say, hedge funds, institutions that are short on stock or losing on their positions will deposit money to the banks. The banks then have too much money on their balance sheet, where that becomes a liability because they pay interest on this. So they give the money to the Federal Reserve, the banks of the banks, the money printer, go brrr, yeah, those guys. And they get treasury bonds in exchange that pay them interest. And this is usually an overnight thing. Like it says in the name, overnight reverse repurchase agreements, or it can be up to 13 days in time. But eventually the Fed will stop doing this. Hedge funds and institutions will have to close out of their debt, ultimately cover their AMC short position. So I think that is on the back end of the overall market sell-off that we are going to see sometime in the future. But when it does come down just to the overall market in general, we are severely overbought. From everybody's expectations, we should be seeing some level of crash or correction in the near term future. You cannot sustain growth like this. It just will not happen, and it will never happen in the history of the stock market. You will have a period come here soon, I do believe, where the stock market goes down, and then, like I said, ultimately AMC does go up. But the first day of confirmation we actually did get was on Thursday, when AMC popped over 10% for the day, as the overall market was down close to 2% at the lowest point in the day. Same thing did happen today. This whole time during the sell-off, the last 4 trading days, we dropped about 10% each day, even dropping 17% 2 trading days ago. We've seen the market be pretty flat and actually go up all of these days. This is the the first day since the last day on Thursday that we've seen the market come down substantially. The S&P, or the NASDAQ I should say, was down almost 1%, and that is why I do think is a huge contributing factor to why we are seeing AMC actually going up today. But that is in a nutshell what you guys need to know, what I am looking forward to. But when it does come down to what you guys need to stop doing, and this is very important that I make this video right now because AMC is starting to go up a lot. We see a positive day about almost 14% on the day. So a lot of people are going to be encouraged, like we are seeing on the option chain, to purchase these super far out the money options. And when you guys are doing this, you're giving Citadel free money, free capital, essentially letting them stay in their short positions even longer, because when you are buying these options, you're, let's say, the $145 strike for August 20th, doesn't matter what strike or what expiration date it is, just further out the money. I'm talking in between probably $100 and $145. You're giving them this money, say $97 for the $145 strike on August 20th. There was 11,357 in volume for the day. They collected a ton of money, and they are not hedging these positions. They won't hedge these positions until AMC gets to about 130, even 140 to 144 $44. They're not going to be hedging. They're not going to be buying shares to sell them to you at $145. That is simply not the case. We are giving them millions and millions of dollars every single day, because that is how this thing does work. When you buy a call, you are agreeing to buy or have the right to buy 100 shares at this strike price. So $145. The market makers, on the other hand, because there's not always somebody to sell you a covered call, the market makers come in and take the back end of that trade. And what do you guys know about the stock market? I've said this multiple times in multiple videos. I sound like a broken record, but the house always wins. The casino always wins. And that is essentially what we're doing. So they only have to sell you 100 shares at $145. Do you think they're buying 100 shares at wherever we are, $38.15? That's not the case. They are collecting your money. Odds are these will expire worthless, because nobody knows when the short squeeze will happen. So it's like finding a needle in a haystack. They're going to keep this money and make millions of dollars every single day unless apes stop doing this. Now, for the most part, you're better off just buying shares, or obviously a majority shares. If you do want to dabble with options and actually help the overall AMC short squeeze, then you could buy closer to the money options. Yes, they're going to be more expensive, but I think anywhere in between, obviously $38 and $50 strikes would be your best case scenario to actually help the overall short squeeze and potential gamma squeeze that we may or may not see, because obviously $50 is not too far away. That's about $12 away. We could theoretically go to that even tomorrow. That's only about a 25% increase from where we are currently at. So that is basically the message that I do have for you guys. This is very important that everybody understands at least how they are helping Citadel, how they are helping these other hedge funds, institutions, and market makers stay in their short positions for an even longer amount of time. So I did think this was very important because we are going up so much. A lot of you guys are going to be encouraged, or I shouldn't say incentivized, but want to buy these options that are far out the money to potentially make a lot of money, and that is fine, like I said. But I do suggest you guys look at closer to the money options, or just overall buy the stock. That is the best thing you guys can do, because options, odds are they are going to expire worthless and you will lose all of your money. Odds are AMC is not even going to go down another 50%. We are obviously going much higher in AMC. To go down 50% at its current price would put us to about $19 per share, if my rough quick math was correct there, and I don't think that's gonna happen. So you're best off just buying the actual shares, maybe a little bit of options here and there, but try to keep it closer to the money. This video is not financial advice, though. I'm not your financial advisor, not your planner, not your dad, none of that stuff. So do whatever you guys want to do. Ultimately, you are going to anyways. So I take no responsibility if you lose money or make money. That is simply my thoughts here. And if you liked the video, hit that like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel, as well as comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about these two things we talked about in this video. I love to hear from you guys and pretty much respond to every single comment, as well as check out the links down below in the description to get free stock with Public. It takes about 3 minutes time, no deposit necessary, no need to link a bank account. It is literally free money, as well as deposit $100 with Webull, get 4 free stocks, each of them potentially worth up to $2,400 a piece. And if you guys want to be notified notified in real time every time a trade is made on AMC or any other stock, whether it's a day trade, swing trade, long-term investments with stocks and crypto. Check out the link for the buy and sell alerts. It pays for itself. But that is all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.